Commander Hawkins, our instruments are going crazy. Ah, that's what it is.
What is?
It's Brocca's Comet. It only passes every 200 years. This is something. We'll never get a chance to see it again.
Is that the comet astronomers say has been in orbit for millions of years?
Right. Can you imagine what it could tell us about the universe? It's hard to believe that wars have been started by comets.
It really doesn't surprise me. Mankind has never needed much of a reason. Now let's land the command ship and monitor the comet's effect on the planet. Ahead, there's a fairly calm sea. Let's take her down.
Touchdown.
Members of the crew are welcome to step out on deck for a closer look at the comet while we make some tests.
Wow, it's really bright, isn't it, Jeff?
According to mythology, comets are the spies of the war gods. Swell, Jeff. Thanks a lot for that information. Well, let's hope the drools don't believe in mythology. I'm gonna pray to the goddess of peace.
He's just putting you on, Shannon. Who believes in mythology? What do you say we go inside and eat and make this a dinner show?
Okay.
Hey, Chip, how about that thing?
I don't know how about it. I can't see it. Thanks, I'll do the same for you.
Chief, the comet seems to be increasing speed.
What do you mean by it seems to be?
I mean, it really is traveling faster.
Wait a minute, I thought comets traveled at a constant speed. Right, they do.
According to our seismographic analysis, the energy coming from that comet isn't what you'd expect from an ordinary comet.
Collect more detailed data. Maybe we're on to some new discoveries.
Yes, sir.
Attention! We may be exposed to a high-level toxic effect due to the comet's spectrographic intensity. You may experience a sensation of dizziness. Do not become alarmed. This will pass.
I hope it passes quickly. I'm about to faint.
That thing's incredible.
Hang in there just a few more minutes, folks. We'll be back to normal as soon as the comet passes.
That could be a terrible weapon, if anyone ever figured out how to control it.
I think it's passed us by without causing any real trouble.
Hey, Jeff, come on over.
Did you have a box seat for the biggest show in the universe?
On top deck, they say it was a real crazy comet.
A real whopper. I'm glad it didn't decide to bash into our new planet. This one looks like it has all the makings of a fine new world for our people.
If the drools don't show up and claim they found it first. I'll remember what I said. Comets are the spies of the war gods.
Fortunately, Galaxy Garrison is sending us a large support force.
We hope.
Commander Hazar, this is Nirak. I am completely convinced that the comet has disrupted normal security functions. Somehow a lunar effect has weakened routine planetary defenses and they're vulnerable.
Proceed with your plan.
Thank you.
Any objections?
We don't know the full extent of the enemy's defensive breakdown. I say let's attack now while we're strong. Strike while the iron is hot.
Mongo's right. Why bother with the comet's effect on our enemies? We are strong enough to blow them out of the sky right now.
Why stop him? If Nerok has a way to harness the lunar effect of the comet, every planet it passes will be rendered defenseless. We can conquer as we please.
The comet has wrought havoc in its path, and the enemy isn't fully aware of the damage to its defenses.
Commander, we have just received word from Captain Nirok. He is coming here with information too vital to relay over the telecom.
Let him come. He no doubt wishes to discuss details of his lunar effect plan for conquest. This meeting is hereby adjourned.
I'll alert security. Stand guard.
Yes, sir.
When Nerok arrives, show him in immediately. I wish to hear what's so vital that he had to come in person.
Commander Hazar, the comet just passed over a planet in our galaxy that the Voltron force is planning to take over.
I told you we have no time. Let me order a strike command immediately. I know how to take care of these thieves.
My lunar effect plan will take care of them.
If that's a good planet, we need it. And we'll need to surprise them to get it. So go ahead with your plan, Narok, but be advised. Galaxy Garrison has sent a huge support fleet to the Voltron force.
I'll launch my forces at once, sir.
I wonder how all the other planets in the Galaxy Alliance are reacting to the comet.
Meanwhile, the comet had passed dangerously close to planet Earth. In the wake of its dizzying effect, all the nation's governments had been scared into a full war alert.
Is that blazing comet coming back?
No, it couldn't be.
Forces from all the near regions of the Alliance were being grouped together into one fighting force for a war that everyone thought inevitable. Though the effect of the comet on everyone's mind was not the same, the end result was still mass hysteria. The chiefs of the Galaxy Alliance were frantically preparing to defend themselves from an enemy they had not yet discovered.
Look at the Sky Dome! The War Council's in session!
Our armed forces are standing ready. We've not been able to establish contact with Voltron Force Command, although we're trying. Our generals always advise against offensive maneuvers without alerting the Voltron Force, but the Drools must be planning an attack on the Alliance.
Nonsense! We can defeat the Drools without the Voltron force. We can't depend on them forever. Besides, they'd never agree to an offensive strike. Tell the generals to commence.
Sir, I beg to remind you, this is a complete reversal of policy.
I'm not concerned with the past. I see very clearly now since the comet passed over. We'll launch a surprise attack against the Drools and rid ourselves of them forever.
Sir, we're receiving a remote from Colonel Cross of the support fleet. I have Galaxy Garrison, sir.
What?
Huh? I'm getting a confirmation on first strike instructions. We are to proceed to the Drool Zone, sir. This is not an alert.
It can't be serious. They must be losing their minds. See if you can get a repeat confirmation.
It's too late. High Command has overridden our orders. Robot Stingrays are in formation.
No, this is crazy. We cannot be successful without the Voltron force, and they're too far away. I don't care if the top brass has taken leave of their senses. We must reach Voltron. Whatever happens, keep trying. Till then, we'll have to fight.
Here they come, sir.
Launch robot Stingray fighters.
We're meeting heavy resistance, sir. Some surprise. They're waiting for us.
Launch chaser missiles.
Our mission is to confuse and delay them. Throw them the robeast and let them think they're winning. Look. We'll crush them without Voltron. The lunar effect has worked. Yes, and now the entire universe will bow before the power of the Drool Empire.
Narok's theory is working out well.
The comet paved the way for us.
We've delayed the support fleet, but now we must quickly get the Voltron force off that planet. And that may prove much more difficult.
Who will lead the attack?
Our friendly comet. I've made a false comet. It will sail right over and into them.
2 comets in one day is too much, and they'll never believe it's the same comet coming back already. Commander?
It's ridiculous, but it just might work. Very well, Narok. Launch your man-made comet.
Sir.
It's bound to confuse them, perhaps long enough to allow us to win without resorting to force.
Our diversionary battle is going well, sir. We are slowing their fleet down a great deal. Fighting an entire battle just to confuse them. Commander Hazar has ordered that we launch Nerok's Comet on approach. That phony comet? I don't understand. It'll only get in the way of our attack ships. But then again, it may furnish just the element of surprise and confusion that will allow us to move in easily. And the commander always knows what he's doing. I salute you, Hazar!
That's how the ancient Egyptian people cried out to their sun god when they saw a comet. They believed comets were the spies of the war gods. But later, men studied the heavens and saw how their moons affected the tides of their oceans. And they wondered how they were also affected by shooting stars, solar and lunar eclipses, meteor showers, and the rare appearance of comets. Yes, ancient men sometimes worshipped these events as gods, but science taught us not to fear nature, but to study it and benefit from it. Let's not go back to being primitive.
Good. Very good, Lisa. That was an excellent speech. But how do you scientifically explain a comet that changes its course?
Impossible! Comets don't change course after millions of years in the same orbit. What makes you say that, Commander?
I say that because there's one heading straight toward us. Let's be ready with Voltron. Maybe he can handle this.
Whoa! What do you think, Craig?
I'm getting a strange reading on this one. There's no such thing as a man-made comet, is there, Jeff?
Captain Newley, this couldn't be the same comet as before. I'm not getting anywhere near the intensity reading. What's this? Hey, I'm picking up a life form indication.
That's an enemy robot.
Gee.
Everybody to your stations. We're under full-scale enemy attack.
Wow. We got trouble.
All teams launch. Launch the Explorer. We're vulnerable here.
They're sending out their famous robot charioteers.
Don't let them form Voltron!
Take them out, Air Team. C-Team, dive for sneak attack. Good work. Okay, C-Team, do your stuff.
Where are they?
Right here, Socket's brain.
Those robots will need a lot of new rivets.
Launch the Robeast.
Attention, we've reached the Voltron force at last. They're under attack.
What now? There's no way they can continue. They know it and they will surrender. Yes, sir. This time we have them.
I want you to call a truce. Arrange a peaceful settlement.
I think it's too late.
Hurry! You must try to stop this immediately. A permanent treaty of peace and cooperation is the only way we'll all make it.
There's no way to stop that Roby.
They're all clear now, Jeff. Let's give them the big one.
Okay, let's form Voltron. Air Team ready. Sea Team ready.
Land Team ready.
Form feet and legs. Form arms and torso. And I'll form the head.
this walking scrap heap back to the junkyard.
All right, they're
It's not moving.
Good work, team!
I hope destroying that roe beast doesn't turn the drools against peace. With Hazar offering to talk treaties, things are just beginning to look good.
We had to defend ourselves against that roe beast. Besides, how do we know we can trust Hazar?
We don't need scientific proof to know that the drools are universal troublemakers.
But no matter what problem comes up, it's good to know there'll always be Voltron.
Well, today we saw a comet in orbit, and we put the drools in orbit. Let's all go in and sit down to a big meal.
Thanks for joining me, men. I've asked the chef to prepare something special for you three.
We're honored.
Quite touched. Speechless.
Then lift your covers and see what magic the chef has produced.
Quite an unusual aroma.
What Cliff really means is, well, it smells bad, sir.
Well, so does Limburger cheese. Try it.
I'm not too hungry.
It's poison?
Hey, chef, what do you call this gloop?
Oh, it's my spinning comet special. You may feel a little dizzy, but don't worry.